And we are live. Hello everyone, my name is Cypher and today we're going to a new Division 2 video. So today I've been seeing a lot of my previous videos that have gotten more traction as more people are asking or they're saying that they have trouble clearing Solo Legendary. Solo Legendary content is the ultimate end game besides the Dark Zone or anything conflict related. So I thought I'd give you guys a tutorial on how to defeat Solo Legendary strongholds on your own, obviously. And kind of some tips and tricks on how to clear certain encounters. So here we're going for District Union Arena. This is the legendary stronghold we will be taking down, and this is usually the one you're going to want to farm as it is the easiest and quickest to learn. If we go into my build real quick, I am using a Striker's build, but with some nuance here. So we're using the Technician Specialization, giving us that linked laser pointer and that extra skill tier. Where we're running Coyotes, and we're running the Pristine Example chest piece. You can get this from Araldi or chest piece targeted loot, and the reason you're using it is for that perfect focus. Where basically you're just getting more damage the longer you zoom in with high zoom scopes like 8x scopes. I know I'm kind of speed running through this little tutorial here, but overall you're basically it's very simple build to put together. For the rest of the pieces, I'm using Striker for the backpack, gloves, knee pads, and holster. Along with that, they're all going to have crit hit chance or crit hit damage. I'm running the Scorpio with the Kingbreaker, and I am running the Orbit. For the Kingbreaker, just farm AR targeted loot or get named item caches. For the Scorpio, you could do the exotic caches or shotgun targeted loot. And the Orbit is a DZ or PvP exclusive, but you don't really need this. Well, you can run whatever. You could also run the TDI card custom, which is another PvP or Dark Zone exclusive, but your sidearm, end of the day, is not really all gonna matter all that much. We're using the Kingbreaker for our primary damage to proc that perfect focus, and we're using the Scorpio to get us out of some quick situations, applying those status effects like shock, disorient, and if we have enemies that run up real close on us. And Orbit is just to get some extra crit hit chance and crit hit damage. If we go into the stats, I have 42% crit hit chance on my Kingbreaker, but that's not going to matter with the Coyotes mask, as I will be getting a lot more crit hit chance since my enemies will be further away. I have 100% crit hit damage, which could be higher if we're being honest here. And we're going to have 10% damage to targets that I cover. That's on my Kingbreaker. Along with the fact that if we go to the Scorpio, even though this is not going to really matter, 47% crit hit chance, 110% crit hit damage, armor damage, obviously, because the shotgun core attribute, right? And you kind of get the whole shtick. Other than that, I will go into the build at the very end of the video, but let's just get started. So if we go over here to the very first encounter, as you can see, we're running over. You're going to want to get over to this black trash bin over here, and you're going to want to use your Crusader Shield. The Crusader Shield is a must-have here. So what's going to happen is you're going to ADS with your scope. We're obviously proccing our pulse on our enemies since we're looking at them with the laser pointer. And you're going to sit behind this dumpster here while ADSing with the shield. I'm using the 8x scope here, obviously, in order to proc that perfect focus, but you can use whatever scope you want as long as it's 8x zoom or higher. The idea here is that we're using a attribute or a kind of like a tech in the game called the shield peak. Basically, what happens is when I'm aiming in normally, obviously behind the dumpster, I cannot shoot. I don't have line of sight. But if I'm aiming down sights, obviously my reticle here is allowing me to shoot. As you can see, I'm able to hit this mini tank with little to no effort. I was able to take it down in one mag. Along with that, with Striker, we're getting that bonus weapon damage. I'm using the backpack, so I get 1% damage bonuses instead of 0.65. So that's a 35% increase in overall DPS, which is really nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to just quickly mow these guys down. They seem to be really afraid. No one wants to really peek. Alright, next helicopter. Obviously, I'm making this tutorial for players who are struggling with endgame content. If I was doing this by myself, I would be running up after I clear the first wave of enemies. One of the main things I want to point out here is that with each of the waves, at least for this opening area, what happens is after there are 2 enemies left, the next helicopter wave will move in. So during that time, you can use it to push forward. By the way, those 2 enemies do not count if they are like the mini tanks or I believe the Warhounds, but there's no Warhounds out here, so you don't have to worry about that. Drones do not count either as 2 live NPCs left. Oh, I'm not tracking my shots there. Accidentally shot that gas canister. And now for the third and final wave here, what's going to happen is that we're going to have some Chungas coming down. That second wave does have those exploding drones. But now we got some snipers and some Chungas. But this is a pretty easy stronghold encounter. This is the part that usually a lot of people have the most trouble with, besides Logan the Aggressor, who is the final boss at the very end of the stronghold. But this is a pretty easy encounter. As you can see, I'm clearing it with a lot of ease. Got shot a little there, so we're going to back up a little. As you can see, with just crits, I'm hitting for 1.4 million. If you get headshot crits and they're up close, you will be hitting for 2 million damage per crit, assuming you have all striker stacks and max focus stacks. So obviously this build hits pretty hard. Hitting for 1.6 million there, at some distance obviously, so there was some drop off. I didn't have all my crit hit damage procced. But as you can see, we are making our way through here super easily. There we go. I think it's just the sniper left. It's kind of hard to hit through the grates and railing. Oh, he's hiding. Alright. Who's left? Oh, we got a grunt right here. As you can see, you do burn through ammo pretty quickly, so you want to make sure you're making the most out of all your shots that you're landing. And I guess that's the end of it. Alright. So we're going to go pick up our loot right here. I don't know what the target... We have Golem Gear targeted loot. Okay. Nothing good here. And the main reason people farm Legendary is for those overall, those higher rolls. For example, if you're looking to farm mods and you see like Legendary targeted, you see like a Legendary Stronghold that has mod targeted loot, I would highly recommend farming it. So as you can see, we've filled up on our ammunition here. And this next encounter is a little bit trickier. So here's what's going to happen. You can shoot through the tarp here, but what we're going to be doing is we're going to be opening this door, and we're going to have a wave of enemies that are ready to greet us as the door opens. So we're just going to be sitting by the door here, and we're going to be laying them down. You want to get rid of the elites first, especially the medics, as they're going to be reviving people having those healing stations, which is overall really annoying to deal with, as it will be negating a lot of your current active DPS with the shots you're landing. All right, there we go. Got rid of a medic. All right, that elite did just drop a healing station though. Oh, I missed my shot there. So as you can see, we're melting our enemies pretty damn quickly. I just want to wait for this guy right here to peek. And it looks like that guy at the very back is not going to be peeking anytime soon. So here's what we're going to do. There is a wave after this, right? And there are 3 Chungas and a bunch of enemies that you're going to have to clear. But we're going to push up. And I'm going to explain why in a bit, just to make the encounter run a little bit quicker. So what's going to happen is we're going to start shooting this elite here. So that healing station up. He's going to go back into cover every couple seconds because he's getting shot. He's a little scared, you know? So we're just going to wait for him. We're getting my perfect focus to proc all the way up. And we're a little bit low on striker stacks here, but that's not necessarily going to matter. As we're going to be getting all of them back when the Chungas come out so we can get some free hit markers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually throw my grenade, my EMP nade, so I can get him out of cover. I'm not going to be trying to speed run this stronghold, but the general idea here is that I want to show you the most effective way to clear. You can still clear the encounter from the very back end that I was talking about. God, he is running away. Wow, he is so scared. Alright, come on. I'm not going to do this all day, buddy. You get a peek or what? Alright, so we're gonna have our next wave coming right up. We're gonna have our crosshair ready and centered, and we're gonna go start shooting the Chungas first. Focus the Chungas, absolutely. Alright, as you can see, we're able to crack and wipe them out pretty easily. Obviously, I'm trying to be time effective here. I did accidentally un-ADS, which is why I got a little bit, the situation was a little bit tense there. But as you can see, the encounter is pretty easy for the fact that, it's just the fact that I took my shield, my shield off, which I shouldn't have been doing. 9% pulse, sorry, bleed resistance is no good. Alright. Getting some specialization ammo, some armor kits, but we're already maxed on. We haven't had to use any of our armor kits here. Alright, for this next encounter, here's what you're going to do. And I want you to follow me very closely on here. This is probably like one of the trickier encounters of the lot in this stronghold. So, the second you open this door, You're gonna have enemies like rushers with those like light armor and shotguns come at you from this door right here that I'm looking at aiming at right now. Take a break right here. You're gonna want to focus those guys first, and you're gonna want to get behind this little this half rail and behind this tarp. You can shoot through this tarp and make bullet holes to create line of sight, which is really nice. But the enemies can also shoot back at you through there. What's gonna happen is you're just gonna, after you clear this here, you're gonna be sitting behind the tarp, and you're just gonna shield peek, and you're gonna go get rid of everyone else. And I will go into the next part of the encounter after that, after we wipe everyone out. All right. So as you can see, we have one of those rushers right there. As you can see, we can shoot through the tarp. We're doing all good. It's really hard to shoot that guy. Like I said, they can shoot you back, but that's not going to matter when you're shield peeking. Obviously, right now we're not shield peeking because I have to go get rid of those guys first. But now, as you can see, we're melting these snipers real quick. There's a guy on the mountain turrets. And we have this last sniper here. Alright, so now that we have this part of the encounter cleared, this is where the hard part begins. This is the hard part of the encounter here. So if we just go restock our ammo, we're going to walk back up. I'm going to explain to you real quick what's going to happen here, and I need you to follow my lead exactly. And if you do, you'll be perfectly fine. So as you can see, this Sarah box here, what's going to happen is the second you reach the line with that box, around this corner, a whole huge wave of enemies is going to start popping out. I'm not sure if there's a Chunga. I don't believe there is. But a lot of recon specialists, they're going to have their drones, those exploding drones, are going to come swarming at you. And you're going to want to focus those guys first, and especially the drones before anything else. So what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to walk up to the box. As you can see, the enemies have now spawned. And I'm going to run over to this right side where that sign was, the take a break sign. And I'm going to vault over here so I can break line of sight so I don't get shot. Now we're going to get to the very back. We're going to start shooting those bright glowing golden lights, as those are the drones. You want to get rid of these guys first, as they are going to be the ones that are actively pushing you. These guys are not going to get too close to you at all, if ever. So you're going to focus those drone guys first, because they are a huge nuisance and can end your run really quickly, considering we are running an all-red build. As you can see, we're just quickly shooting these guys down, without much of a care in the world. Kingmaker is not as effective at longer ranges, as it does have that higher bloom spread. But there we go. We got rid of that extra specialist, and now we're good. Okay, now we have one elite left. Is he gonna peek? Alright, here we go. Yeah, we'll just shoot through the tarp, making our life a little bit easier. Not all the bullets are landing, but that's alright. There we go. Now we're done with the encounter. So as you can see, it's a lot easier. If you don't do it the way I did, certain things will be a lot rougher for you unless you're an experienced Legendary Stronghold player. But this is obviously just a tutorial for the newer players who are trying to do Legendary content. Alright. Let's go look at the gear we got here. Anything good? 5-level mask. No. Yeah, no good. Golden holster. Nothing good on it either. Alright. So what we're going to do is we already restocked our ammo. We're going to go walk up and we're going to the next encounter. This is the easiest encounter of the entire stronghold, so you're probably not going to need a lot of my help for this. But what's going to happen is there's going to be two dogs. There's going to be a purple dog and a gold and like an elite dog. The purple dog is going to be firing nades that like electrocute you and stun you, and a lot of other concussion nades, and that's the most annoying one you're going to want to deal with first. The other one is your typical sentry dog that's going to be firing like your typical machine gun or assault rifle ammo. So that one's not really like as big of a pain in the ass to deal with. You want to get rid of the purple dog first, and then the elite after. So if I'm correct, the dog should be spawning soon. If I walk a little bit closer to the door. Alright, here we go. You can shoot the dogs in the joints to disable them. Well, obviously, I don't have proper line of sight. You see like those yellow hit markers? There we go. He's disabled now. Now I don't necessarily have line of sight on him, but we break the armor, and he's melted quite easily. Should be electrocuting the golden dog. And we'll just go for the same method for shooting him. Shoot him in the joints, or just break armor plating so you can get that health damage in. Alright, there we go. We do our shield peeking, and we are done with that encounter. This is easily the easiest part of the entire stronghold. So you should be pretty good about not messing that one up. You're not going to need my help for that one all that much. Alright, so now we're going to restock on ammo again, and we're going to open this next door. So what we're going to do is, you could either play back here, where I am right now, and you could shield peek, but you are exposed quite a bit, or, and this is my personal opinion, you could play around here, this room here. I recommend this this side door right here. And what you're going to do, your AR ready, you're going to get in there, and we're going to go for this elite here first. Alright. Get back behind cover. Right, get that other specialist. Oh. You shoot them in the head to stagger them. That way they don't take a shot at you. And other than that, you should be good. I don't know why. And the second I look away, they always peek. Yeah, right there. And we're going to just shoot this mini tank right here. Gonna absolutely destroy him. And we have a Warhound coming in. Don't have proper line of sight. There are 2 waves here. But we're just gonna get rid of this Warhound here, and there's a second one coming right up. As you can see, once again with shield peeking, I'm allowed to shoot from cover, not get hit or targeted, and get my damage out, which is why shield peeking is so good. So now the second wave is going to start here, and we're just going to go spray these ads as they come down. A lot of red and purple ads, so they go down real easily without much of any trouble. We're going to get some more mini tanks. So get rid of that drone real quick. We have a sniper right here. Going to hit him in the head, stagger him. He doesn't have a lot of armor. And now that that's the case, the mini tanks, you can avoid them really if you want to after you clear all the NPCs. As unlike the Warhounds, they will go down if there's no other technician to keep them up. Repair skills, nothing good. Wow, yeah. These rolls are pretty lackluster. You get some like other resources here for crafting, recalibrating, stuff like that. So just make sure you pick them up on the way out. For this next encounter, things do get a little bit more difficult. You're gonna have a Chunga and you're gonna have some extra enemies here. What you're gonna do is the second you head over to that socket, what's gonna happen is it will prompt enemies to come out from a door that's over there. I'll explain in a bit. So we're gonna head over here. We're gonna proc the enemy spawn. And we're gonna come right over here. Oh, are they gonna come out? Usually they walk out of that door unless I missed it. I think I just missed. I think I just did it late because I was stuck on the door. And now you're gonna have this Chunga, and then you're gonna have those rushers. Oh, hey. Not cool, buddy. Not cool, not cool, not cool. Alright, what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to get my Scorpio. Gotta get that disorient off, and that's when you want to use it. Obviously, I was not paying attention, and I let that guy get close to me, and that's obviously not what you want to do. Tag team. Yeah, nothing good. Wow. I'm getting some pretty crap rolls here. This doesn't usually happen. I don't know if it's because it's goal and targeted loot or whatever, but obviously today, not the best of rolls. Alright, we're going to go use the control panel now since the wave is clear, and we're going to move on. This is one of the harder encounters right here. I know I'm saying that a lot, but obviously it's legendary. Nothing's going to be easy. You're going to have a lot of enemies here, a lot of healing stations, so you're going to want to do your best really here. What's going to happen is the second you open this door, you're going to find yourself in a room full of enemies, and there is one Chunga that you're going to have to deal with. What's going to happen is you're going to open this door, and the first thing you want to do is you can't shield peek properly as your side will be exposed. What I like to do is I like to get my shield here, and I like peeking from here as there's a little gap I can shoot through to get some enemies to funnel through. What you're going to do is you're going to be baiting enemies. Wait, let me take my shield off for a sec. You're going to bait enemies. They're going to walk through here, and they'll come by themselves. It might take a little while. Oh, there's a little rat. Can't kill rats in this game. Well, damn. What's going to happen is you're going to sit behind here specifically, and you're going to get your shield, and you can shield peek from here. So you can take advantage of that for enemies when they'll funnel in, especially for those Chungas. So what's going to happen is we are going to go right over here. We're going to open this door. All right, let's see. Let me just see. Is there a holster I want to get rid of? This Foundry Bulwark one's very nice. I was planning on making a build video for the Crusader or Cavalier or whatever the hell, yeah. But if I'm being honest, that gear set is absolute trash. You're down. We're gonna start having enemies funnel through here any second now. Alright, as you can see, they're just walking right through. Getting some free kills. Nice. Letting things flow carefully. Obviously, our striker stacks are a bit low because they do take their own time. They do take a decent amount of time sometimes to funnel through, but obviously we're not here for a speed run. We're here for an efficiency and clear kind of run, especially for you guys that are newer. All right, should have this guy walking through real quick. There we go. With those striker stacks being so low, obviously it's going to take a little bit longer to kill them, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Those are probably the Chungas, I would assume. Alright, who do we got walking in here? Cool. Reload a little early there. Oh my. Got swarmed there. If that happens, just whip out your Scorpio. Hope you're not doing that to me. Alright, there we go. He's got a little risky there. I'm going to assume that is the Chunga. Not 100% sure. I mean, he's taking his damn time, but yeah, that's the Chunga. It looks like it's the only one this time. Alright, so yeah, I don't know what happened that last time. Cheska. Ooh, I mean, that could be interesting, but Grupo mask. Ooh, this is not a bad Grupo mask, actually. I already have one that's just like it, though, so I don't really need it. Oh my god, dude, Grupo or Cheska targeted loot, or like would be great on here. Alright. So I'm going to include both runs of that. The one where there's 2 Chungas and then the one where there's 1. Usually it'll be 1. I've never seen 2 Chungas before, so that was a very first for me. I wasn't ready for that. For this one here, this is also a really easy encounter. There are Chungas here, but there will always be a guaranteed 3, so you don't have to worry about that. Just sit behind here on the arcade machines. And we are just going to spray and pray. These snipers don't know how to manage their distance. Alright, come on. Come on. Hitting you in the head and you're not peeking. Sometimes I just wonder, it's like, I know it's an RPG, but these are like supposed to be real people. These real people are eating high caliber rounds to the head, you know? Sometimes you just gotta wonder what their thick skulls are made out of. Oh, that Chunga's coming. Okay, where did my shield go? Where did my... I put my shield away.
Agent down.
Like, sometimes I really wonder what's going on with this game. Okay, that was super odd. Alright, plate up. Alright, there. That was a little scary. I don't know what's going on here, dude. This game is choosing to be weird. Alright, so that never happens. I have no idea why that just happened. Normally you should be alright. I don't know what's going on. Well, I'll clear out this sniper real quick, and I'll explain how this encounter should have gone. I guess you guys get to see the ups and downs of this. This is so unusual. Yeah, no, none of this is normal. I did not put my shield away or anything like that, but for how it should happen, those Chungas usually never get that close. Maybe because I was focusing on the ads, but I was getting swarmed. So what's gonna happen is, typically you're going to sit here with your shield, right? I just noticed there's Far Cry on here. That's cool. What's gonna happen is you're gonna sit here, you're just gonna shoot. Usually you'll shoot the Chungas from back here. You can shoot them between the tap. And essentially from there, you're really good to go. You can just crack them from all the way back there. I don't know what's going on right now, whether it's my PC or whether it's the game. I have no clue. Hasbro, I already have that in my library. Spark, no, nothing good. I already have a Wyvern mask. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's really odd, but normally you'll just melt them from all the way back there. They don't even get close, but that's so weird. This next part of the encounter, I'm not gonna lie, is pretty annoying. I do struggle with it myself. Not because it's, like, hard or annoying. Usually, these are where your grenade spammers are. The reason I struggle with this encounter is because I'm impatient as hell. And these guys take their damn time. We're gonna go beam that guy out in the open. We'll go beam this guy so you can't place the healing station down. The main issue here is the grenadiers. Your demo guys. Those ones are going to be a real pain in the ass. But you just gotta play the patient game and you'll be alright. Alright, so I know I got a guy right there, right? Grenadier, there's another guy with a healing station, another lieutenant, so I gotta be careful about that. Okay, yeah, see, like, they love doing all these erratic movements, but they never want to sit still, or, like, even when they do sit still, they're gonna sit behind cover. They're not gonna peek, they're not gonna blind fire. Which is why it gets really irritating. But as long as you keep your calm here, you keep your cool, you should be chilling and relaxed out. As you can see, my Reviver Hive is coming back real soon. So, alright, there's still more than I was wondering. No, yeah, there's more than just that guy and the other lieutenant. Alright, yeah, come on, walk up. Yeah, and they come up close and then they die. Maybe that's why they're so scared. Is this guy gonna walk up either, man? Like, I'm getting real bored right now. Alright, right side. Oh, there you are. Oh no. Alright, there we go. That was a little risky. Once again, I got a little impatient. That could have ended my run, but I still have my Reviver Hive, so I knew I'd be alright. Nothing good here. Alright, cool. We're gonna move right on. Alright, this next area, I believe, so after you go down these stairs, you should be taken to this trash outpost area, kind of, this little dumpster. Yeah. Little landfill area. And once you go through here, I believe it should take you to the open area of the mall section. And this area is super easy. You gotta deal with 2 chungas, some dogs, right, but you'll be alright. So let's go see. We got our regular grunts right here. Demo guy running around, doesn't know where the hell he's going. Alright, we're just gonna go beam these guys real quick, as you can see. Oh. Wasn't ready for you. Oh, another one. Oh, they're just feeding me bodies today. Alright, so this guy is gonna be... There's always like one guy that sits there, you know what I mean? He never peeks. He always peeks when I'm not looking. Every single time I'm running this, there's always at least one guy. Usually it's a purple guy, but this time we had a red one. We can melt the micro tank here. Once again, you're just gonna sit at these doors. Look at these guys, look melted instantly. Without any trouble. We got your 2 chungas here. Oh, we got a little guy running in front. I'm gonna focus on the chungas this time. I've been getting sidetracked because normally the ads don't swarm me like this, like the regular NPCs. But I guess today they are, you know? A little something different. Oh, that's where that... Okay, there's the dog. Okay. There's gonna be some guys over in the balcony here. Alright, so we now know where everyone is. Gonna melt mini tank right here. Alright, so it's another dog, and then we have the elite here. I'm just gonna get rid of the elite so I can just focus on the dog. See his power supply on the back of his... I don't know, what would you call that, a diffuser? I know it's not a car, but I'm getting pretty damn close with these things. What do we got? Brazos with reassigned. I don't understand, like, okay. I don't understand why, like, there's just some talents here. I get Ubisoft's trying to be creative, but there's just some things that just aren't viable. So as you can see, that encounter is pretty easy. What we're going to do is we're going to drop down here. This encounter is pretty quick, but you can get swarmed pretty easily as well. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your shield ready. We're going to line of sight. We're just going to go beam these guys real quick. Alright, we're going to get behind cover. And we're just gonna sit here through. Let you guys funnel in through the door. All right, cool. There are a decent amount of enemies, and sometimes they do get close without you knowing. So just be careful of that. This should be the last guy. Yeah, we're done. Normally, I actually did pretty good. I had pretty good time actually on that run. Usually, that encounter takes me maybe sometimes a minute. But we got that one done in like maybe 20-30 seconds. So that was pretty good actually for time wise. Alright, we're gonna head over to this next area. Where is this? Is this the garage? I think this is the garage. Alright, garage is pretty tricky. So I remember, like, someone in one of my videos, I mentioned this in my other time I was doing Legendary, but I believe the window here next to the garage is safe, and then these two are bulletproof, or it's the other way around, I'm not sure. What's gonna happen is you're going to open this door. What you're gonna do is you're going to have your shield ready. Sometimes you can get stuck here, so you just want to be careful of that. And you're just gonna be laying fire from the door. There's a lot of enemies here, so you just gotta be careful of that. You don't really get swarmed all that often, besides the typical exploding drones. So as you can see, I just lost my Crusader shield. We shoot this guy in the head so he staggers. He's missed all his bullets. Oh, my mini tanks. Alright. Okay. It's a little bit hard. Okay. You and your explosive drones are not really doing anything to anybody. As you can see, my body's kind of shifting back into the yeah, like there. It's because you get stuck on the door sometimes, right? It could be like the difference between life and death. So if you want to play a little bit further back, like here, try to like force them to funnel into you, you could. It would take certainly a longer time though, and I'm obviously a very impatient person. But if you go to the fundamentals of like what I'm showing you here, you'll clear this room real quick and easy. Rusher came up real quick there. Oh, hey! What are you doing here, buddy? Oh, he's getting healed. Alright. I don't know where the healing... Okay, it looks like the healing station's behind. Alright, cool. That didn't kill him either. He's just gonna heal all that back. Like, look how stupid that is. That's why you gotta focus these guys first, like with those double arrow icons. Because they're the ones who place those healing stations. You can get rid of them with the EMP jammer, and you do melt them pretty quick if they're within line of sight for you, but obviously, I don't necessarily have that luxury right now, considering they are behind all these crates and stuff like that. I don't know where they are, and I would have to drop my Crusader shield, I believe, to throw that EMP, so obviously, not all that worth it in my opinion. Right, he's running by there, yeah, so these double arrow guys, I call them lieutenants. You want to focus them first, and then maybe the medics. God, look, see, I'm 1 HP, and then he just hid behind cover the whole time. Got all his armor and health back. And then with the door pushing me back, it doesn't make it any easier. Alright, just shot him through the wall there. Another benefit of shield peeking, I guess. And once you do get rid of those guys, if they've already previously placed a healing station, it will be destroyed, regardless. If they are the one that placed that healing station, obviously. Alright. Come on, man! Again? Oh no, no. Hey. Stagger? Okay. I'm waiting for that guy in the purple to get out of cover, but I don't think he will. He's all scared, low HP and stuff. Oh, there you go. There you did. You thought I was shooting someone else, buddy. I was waiting just for you. And then this guy goes behind cover, and then we repeat the same cycle. I'm running low on ammo. I do have an ammo crate here, I think. Come on, man. Don't do this to me. Oh my god. Alright. I'm going to restock on ammo real quick. Alright. Oh, that. See? The second I go get a little sidetracked, they're gonna come and get you. So you gotta be careful for that. Right, staggered him real quick. Alright, cool. And then I think that this might be the last guy. Alright, there we go. Wow. So as you can see, a little hectic. A lot of guys, you know what I mean? But you just take your time, you'll be alright. We had a little bit of a scare there, but we're doing alright. Incoming repairs, wow. Like, what is this, dude? Alright, so as, for those of you that don't know, that are like cleared legendary content before, we are actually almost done with the stronghold. So we have one encounter here that is one of the harder ones as well. I don't think it's as hard as this room that we just cleared right here. Well, that one's more tedious, if anything. But what's going to happen is, just want to make sure I'm full on ammo. What's going to happen here is that we are going to be dealing with some dogs, some NPCs like rushers, and then lastly Chungas. I'll explain here in a bit how you're going to want to clear this. This is the second to last encounter. So we're going to get behind here next to this Jenny, and we are going to focus on the dogs first. We do have that explosive dog still too. I'm just shooting whoever comes first. But at least here I have more cover than I did on the stairs room. There's some regular NPCs here too. Hey, not cool, not cool, not cool, not cool, not cool. Don't do that. You talk bad to the dog, they chill out. Can I get my shield back? Can I get my shield back? Shield, please.
System restored.
Thank you. No, 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 no. You're not throwing that. You're not throwing those shocks. Alright. I want to get rid of all the ads before. Because when those Chungas walk in and these guys swarm you, you're going to be in trouble. Oh, they're already here. Alright, cool. Come on, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Keep moving, cool. Because sometimes I get caught off guard by some shit like that. So you want to just make sure. I cracked him. Stinger hit me there a little. Oh no. Okay, I don't know why my character is not sprinting. You'd think he'd be in a little bit more of a scared situation here, but he just does not care for some reason. Alright. Gonna blind fire the Chunga. Alright, cool. There we go, hit him with a shock. Cracked him. Alright, we're not getting any hit markers now. That blocked cover. There we go. Oh my god. Yeah, so that one can be a little hectic, right? Legendary content is not exactly the easiest solo load guy. Bleed resistance again, man. You kill me here. Give me some pulse resistance, man. Alright. Let me just go make sure. Yeah. Alright. So, here's what I'm going to say. Congratulations. You have basically almost cleared all of Solo Legendary by yourself. That is the last room before the final boss. And what's that fact? You know what that means? You reach a checkpoint. Your first and only checkpoint, which means you will always respawn here. Which, let's be honest, pretty nice. So, here's where things get a little difficult. So, similar to the very first encounter outside, you're going to have 3 waves here. You're going to have a first wave where you're going to have some typical enemies, some snipers in the back. Second wave, you're going to have people rappelling down from this center. Oh, let me show you. So you're going to have enemies here. That's your first wave. Second wave, they're going to rappel down from here. And third wave is where Logan the Aggressor comes out. He's the boss. What you're going to do is you're going to want to shoot the backpack so he can stop his healing. And then after that, keep your distance away from his pulse so that way he doesn't absolutely destroy you. Other than that, this is a pretty, like, kind of ad-heavy encounter. And I'll explain in a little bit how you're going to be clearing it. So, here's what's going to happen. We're going to just go for it. Right off rip.
Serious trauma detected.
Oh my god, yeah. It's fine. Yeah, you'll fail here once in a while. I do too. It's not that big of a deal because remember, we do have that checkpoint. Don't forget about that. Alright. So, We're gonna go back over here. We're gonna refill our ammo. And we're just gonna do it again, right? You fail sometimes, it's not that big of a deal. So you don't gotta worry about that. You gotta redo it once in a while. But, you know, at the end of the day, you're clearing a legendary stronghold, right? It's the endgame content, not the easiest, obviously. So failing once in a while, especially solo, nothing to be ashamed of. You know, for the stream that I have now, I did fail the first time. You're not going to see it cut. The part where I had those two chungas rush me at that green room. So once again, like even people like me who are experienced with legendary, sometimes we just mess up. You know, it's not that big of a deal. So you don't gotta be ashamed of it. The important part is that you just don't give up. It can be tedious sometimes, but you know, we'll manage. All right, got rid of the snipers. We're gonna get rid of this guy right here. Cool. All right. What? What am I getting? Okay, I don't know what I'm getting hit by. It's a little odd. Oh, it's a sniper in the back. Ah, okay. Okay, my shield is really close to breaking. Suppressive fire ain't doing nothing to him. Alright, cool. We caught him with his pants down. Alright, so now we're gonna have our enemies rappel down. Get shot a little. Let's see. Alright, so we got the rushers, right? Nothing new. Got the guy's backpack, he's down. Got some drones to work with, though. There's the second one. Alright, well, I was wondering where that was. I thought it blew up with the first one, but obviously there was some distance between them. Come on, buddy. Don't got all day here. I don't know where this last guy is. Is this third wave? I think it is. Okay. Hopefully Logan doesn't come out. Sometimes he does. Want to make sure you don't kill too many guys before he does spawn. Because if he does spawn and you're here, game over. You'd be lucky if you made it out with the Reviver Hive. He's getting healed halfway through it, man. Cool, alright. I want to start making my way out of here. I also don't want to run out of ammo. If I run out of ammo, I am screwed. Alright. Here's Logan. Let's get out. Let's create some room. We already cleared a lot of ads. This should make our run a lot easier, right? Remember, don't even bother trying to kill Logan before you get his backpack. You gotta make him turn around. EMPs will not work on him, by the way. Just want to tell you that ahead of time, too. Alright, Logan's walking a little too close for comfort. Oh, he used his pulse. He used his pulse. That's good. I don't know the exact timer. I think it's 30 seconds for every time he uses his pulse. But, obviously, we want to create as much distance as possible to get as far away as possible from that pulse. I want him to show me his back so I can shoot his backpack so he doesn't heal anymore. And we can melt him pretty easily from there. We should be far away from his pulse, right? Yep, there we go. You shoot his backpack, shoot the sides, or you can make him turn around. Either one works. It'll take several bullets. His backpack's pretty chunky, as it is his core mechanic. Oh, got shot a little there, right? No worries. the backpack breaks. It's getting there. It's getting there. All right, we weren't in range. Nice. Gotta keep that distance. Remember that. Oop. Okay. Does take quite a few bullets. There we go. Backpack's broken. So now Logan won't be getting any more heals, but his pulse will still be there. And now all you want to do, shoot him right in the head. He's not going to get any more heals. Remember, just don't forget to keep the distance with the pulse. He's getting a little close, but he doesn't have much armor left. So all's well that ends well. As you see, he goes down real easy like that. And there you go. Just like that, you've just cleared your very first legendary stronghold. Ooh. Alright. I'm probably going to pick that up. That's very nice, actually. What do we got here? Mending, ensnare. Nothing good, right? Soft seed, ignited. Nothing good once again. Yeah, nothing good here, right? So sometimes you don't get all lucky with the loot, but the rolls are absolutely worth it. You get super high rolls, which means you don't have to use as much optimization. Let's go over to our stats. Let's go view what we got, right? So it took us an hour and 5 minutes. Not the best time, but we're doing it solo. We had 401 kills, 40% accuracy. Not the best, but not the worst either, with 36 million damage, once again, by ourselves. You will notice that with like a lot of other legendary missions, like if you're doing with quad people, sorry, I don't know why I said that like that. If you're doing with 4 people, you're probably gonna have a lot more damage. Sometimes people get into the billions. They'll break the 1 billion marker. So right here, minute 5, 36 million damage. Obviously, we're not going into as many enemies. They're not as tanky since we're doing it by ourselves. But once again, you got your legendary stronghold done. That was all solo. As you can see, we had some trouble here and there, right? It's obviously a difficult thing to go through, a difficult part of the game. But if you are able to follow the things that I tell you, right? You take the tips, you make the playstyle right, you'll be all perfect and good to go. I just want to make sure. I want to get rid of something because I really want to keep that chest piece. I feel like I could have a really fun build with that. All right, let's go over, pick up this Overlord chest piece. So now I'm going to go into the build. I'll explain it a little bit more in detail than I did at the very beginning. All right, so starting off, we have the Technician specialization. So with the Technician specialization, we're immune to shock when we have our skills next to us, which is nice with our shield. It doesn't apply to the shield, if I'm correct, but if you place your hive down below, if you think you're going to go down, you'll be immune. You could also use like your assault turret or striker drone to get enemies out of cover or be distractions. Decoys are also a really good option. Even stinger hives are actually a pretty good option if I'm being real here, for getting that bleeding and staggering enemies. But you get an extra skill tier, you get extra damage to enemy electronics and skills, right? Which is really nice because I believe that does proc against the Black Tusk, like with their healing stations, with their warhounds, and especially with their mini tanks. So obviously you have a lot of stuff going there for you that's pretty good. I am running the EMP nades. So the main reason I'm using this, usually to disable enemy electronics, like if I want to keep a mini tank or a war dog, like kind of put in place or make it vulnerable so I can get some more consistent DPS there, that's typically what I'm going to be doing. Along with that, it's also really a good tool just to get enemies out of cover. You can do it with any nade really, but just you know, with an EMP obviously is pretty nice. Once again, for our weapon, we are using the Kingbreaker, the named TKB assault rifle. That doesn't have like the best base rate of fire, but with strikers we have it up to 750, which is pretty good. It has really high base damage, and it has somewhat decent recoil, but it's a little wonky sometimes. Got that 15% assault rifle damage, 21% health damage, and 10% damage to targets out of cover. It comes with the talent perk Flatline, where it amplifies weapon damage by 20% to pulse enemies. The second part of the talent does not matter, where after 2 kills applies pulse to the next enemy you hit. For the attachments, this is the most important part. We are using the CQ BSS scope, which is the 8x scope, giving us 30% headshot damage. We're using a 20 round mag with a linked laser pointer, because you can only put linked laser pointers on long underbarrel rails. And I have a 5% crit chance muzzle break. So the reason why I'm running the 8 times scope is once again to proc that perfect focus. Perfect focus only procs with 8 times scopes or higher, and I get 30% free damage, along with the fact that I don't have to deal with those negative drawbacks. The 12x scope, while it will give me 5% extra headshot damage, it nerfs my reload speed a little, which obviously I'm not going to be needing as I'm reloading quite a lot as I'm dumping full mags into other enemies. You can get this AR, like I said, from targeted loot, from AR targeted loot, named item cache, like caches, and that's basically all you really need to know. Once again, for the Scorpio, this is the exotic shotgun. Has a pretty good rate of fire, small mag, but it has a really fast reload, has decent base damage, and has really good range. You get that 15% shotgun damage, 12% damage to armor, and it comes with 10% critical hit damage. For the effects, really, I'm just going to go into detail. 1 hit applies poison, 3 hits applies disorient, 6 applies shock, and 7 increases total additional damage for that target to be taking for 20% damage from all sources, by the way. And these stacks will not apply. It has to wait for the whole 10 seconds of these status effects to disappear before you can reapply them again. And once again here, the status effects are more impactful based on the amount of pellets you actually have it hitting. So while, like I said, where the shotgun has a lot more range, the effects aren't going to be as powerful at that range as if you were using it up close. For the mods that come with it, you get 10% reload speed, 10% crit hit chance, 10% weapon handling, and 10% stability. You can get it from exotic caches or shotgun targeted loot. I recommend farming Countdown personally. For the sidearm, like I said, the Orbit or the TDI card custom. They're both DZ exclusives, doesn't necessarily matter. I'm using the Orbit for that perfect finisher, giving me some extra crit hit chance, but I'll be maxed on really with the Coyotes, and 4% crit hit damage for 15 seconds. You see an enemy that's pretty low after you're using your Kingbreaker, give them a quick little tap and you'll get 40% crit hit damage for 15 seconds. Pretty nice. And with the TDI card custom, you just get an extra skill tier while you're holding it, so not anything super special. Going into the gear pieces. For the mask, we're using the Coyotes mask. Comes with 15% weapon damage, I have 6% crit hit chance, 12% crit hit damage, and 11.3% crit hit damage mod. It comes with the talent pack Instincts. You and all allies gain a bonus based off the distance from the last enemy you hit. So you're gonna have 50 meters, you get 25% crit hit damage, which is why you're gonna be hitting so hard, up to 2 million per crit headshot up close. From 15 to 25 meters. 10% crit hit damage, 10% crit hit chance, which is the best of both worlds, really. But for all your engagements, at least majority of them, you're going to be at 25 meters plus with 25% crit hit chance, which is why I said when I had 47% on my Kingbreaker, I said it's not going to really matter. I probably could have expected more crit hit damage on the build, knowing for the fact that I'd probably be maxed out on crit hit chance the entire time. But I wanted to play it safe because sometimes I do get within that 15 to 25 meter range. So obviously I don't want to be too low on my crit hit chance, you know what I mean? Like I want to make sure I'm hitting those crits to maximize my DPS output. You can get this mask from mass targeted loot if I'm correct, but I believe the best way to farm for it is going to Jefferson Trade Center, make sure it's not invaded, and play it on Heroic, as the boss Coyote at the very end has a 10% chance to drop the mask. Going off next, also after you get it from Jefferson Trade Center, it should be an exotic cache, as you can get it from anything really. Going into, let me just go click over that so it's not new. Our chest piece, I'm running the Pristine Example, which is the named Oraldi Holdings chest piece. Comes with 10% marksman rifle damage, which we're not going to be using. 15% weapon damage. It'll always roll with a red core. Mine came with headshot damage. I know there was one in the Countdown vendor a week or two ago that came with crit hit chance, crit hit damage, came with double crit. But obviously I wasn't playing during that week, so I didn't really pick it up. But mine came with headshot damage, and I rolled crit hit damage on here with a 10.5% crit hit damage mod. And it comes with the talent Perfect Focus, where it increases total weapon damage by 6% every second you are aiming with a scope 8 times or higher, which is why running the CQ BSS scope, up to 60%. So you can get 10 stacks here for 60% extra bonus damage, which is really nice. And it requires, obviously, a scope with 8 times magnification or higher. You can get this from Oraldi targeted loot, chest piece targeted loot, or named item caches. It is available in the open world. It is not a DZ or PvP exclusive, so this is a pretty easy chest piece to get. For our holster, our first piece of Strikers, we are using a Strikers holster that I have 15% weapon damage on, and I have some crit chance rolled onto here. Crit chance or crit damage is the best way to go. This will, all Striker pieces will also always roll with a red core, so that's all you gotta do. And for all these Striker pieces, you can just farm Striker targeted loot, and you'll be good to go. For the backpack, this is the second most important piece of the gear. For the second piece bonus, we're getting 15% weapon handling, which makes it so our Kingbreaker is obviously a lot easier to handle, as it does have some bouncy recoil and some inconsistent weapon spread. But obviously, it feels a lot better when you have the 50% weapon handling. And you could also scale back on some crit if you want to, some crit chance, crit hit damage, and you want to scale some more into weapon handling to make your weapon feel nicer. You can also do that if you want to. So I have on the backpack 50% weapon damage, 6% crit hit chance, and I have a 10.9% crit hit damage mod. And once you have 4-piece strikers, you can use the talent here, where you get risk management. Increases total weapon damage gained per stack of strikers gamble from 0.65% to 1%. Which is really nice. 35% weapon damage increase per stack. Obviously, huge increase to your output, which is more than Vigilance, actually. So I just like to point that out there. For our third piece of strikers, giving us that 15% rate of fire, I have the gloves, which I have 15% weapon damage on, and I have 6% created chance. And then for our last and final piece, I'm using Striker's knee pads, giving us that 4-piece bonus with the talent Striker's gamble. Weapon hits increase total weapon damage by 0.65%, stacking up to 100 times. But since we have the backpack, it is now 1%. So basically, when you have max stacks, you'll get 100% weapon damage, which is obviously really good. Which is why Strikers is one of the best gear pieces in the entire game. 1 stack is lost per second between 0 to 50 stacks, and 2 stacks are lost per second between 50 to 100 stacks. So obviously, you're not going to be losing as many stacks as you really think with the rate that you're firing your weapon. But obviously, you're probably going to be depleting your stacks in between encounters when you're making your way over there. I have 15% weapon damage here as the red core, and I have 6% crit chance as the regular attribute. Once again, Striker's Targeted Loot is the way to get those. For the final and most important parts of the build, I am using the Crusader Shield and the Reviver Hive. The Crusader Shield is a must-have, and once again, the reason for that is for the shield peeking. Along with that, for the Reviver Hive, it is not mandatory. I will point that out. I know there's people who say, like, oh, why do you run a Reviver Hive? I play a little aggro, right? Like I said, I get a little impatient, and there are moments where I got downed, as you'll see later on in the video or whatever. I mean, since we're here at the very end, this is what you're seeing, basically. So, obviously, this is kind of like my little coping mechanism, if you will, to make sure I'm not going down doing some dumb stuff. So, other options, if you don't want to run that, you can run the Striker Drone. You can use it to target people so you can get them out of cover. Assault Turret is a great way to distract enemies to make sure they're not focusing on you. Other options, Riot Foam Chem Launcher to mobilize targets. You could run decoys to make sure that your enemies aren't looking at you, and they'll be distracted. Similar to the Assault Turret, but the Assault Turret will have more HP, it'll last longer, and it'll at least deal some damage for you. But that's really it. Those are my best options, in my opinion, for what you could be running. Other than that, you do have a lot of variety with this build. It's a pretty good build. I would argue it's the best solo legendary build, at least solo legendary DPS build, if you will. I really like the build a lot. It's really strong, and I really do hope that you guys enjoy the video, that you learn something from the video if you're a newer player who's trying to get through legendary content like at the end game, and you're struggling with it. This is exactly what I would have to recommend for you. This build is super strong, super powerful, and it's super easy to use. Legendary is never going to be easy, right? But as you slowly do it more often, as you can see, it only took me 2 tries here. I did mess up earlier. I wasn't accounting for 2 Chungas coming up at that green room, but obviously, second try, we were able to do it practically almost flawlessly. We did wipe on our first try here at the arena, but we got it on our second try after that, so you don't have to worry about that. You will fail sometimes. It's not necessarily all that big of a deal. And I think that if you put the time in and put the effort in, and you take like the tips I gave you into consideration, you'll make it through here just fine. Don't forget to shoot Logan's backpack so that way he doesn't heal, and stay away from that pulse. I know there's going to be people in here who are probably going to give some extra tips that I probably didn't mention, so I recommend looking through the comments, leaving your thoughts down below. And if you were a more experienced player like I am when doing legendary content, and you have some other people who are asking questions, feel free to help them out. It's really nice. We want to build people up in the community to help each other out, making sure everyone can enjoy all the content. So if you got a question, feel free to ask it down below. Either I'll respond, or maybe someone else will respond and help you out. So that's all that there really is to it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I certainly did. And other than that, I will see you all in the next one. Alright, Next time, guys. Next time, guys. I'm sorry, I can't speak. It's 1 in the morning, man. Just, you give me a break. Later, guys.